University. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, Century Ply, Havells and MYK Laticrete Tile Adhesives.
Good evening and welcome. Viewers, when you use a very bad example to make a very good point, then you leave people confused. And that could be what Mr. Amitabh Bachchan has done. There is this item number in a recent movie promo that is being used by some Bollywood celebs. The item number allegedly to make a case for freedom of expression. Now, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan has not specified whether he's raising the issue of civil liberties and freedom of expression in a bland way in Kolkata yesterday was in the context of this item number. But if it wasn't, then he must clarify. Because some Twitterati are drawing that conclusion. I couldn't care less about an item number, which as far as I'm concerned is not the best case for an elevated and informed freedom of expression debate. But if Mr. Amitabh Bachchan would give me an interview, I would ask him, did he speak for the civil liberties and freedom of expression of Kangana Ranaut? When in Mumbai, a few minutes from his house, her home was destroyed. Did Mr. Bachchan speak then? When Sanjay Raut wrote in the Samna an editorial after destroying the house and the headlines were Ukhad Diya. And the question being, if Mr. Bachchan did not speak up at all then, not even one tweet, one word, one sentence for Kangana's civil liberties and Kangana's freedom of expression, what was the reason, I ask, for his complete silence? I'm a Bachchan fan, but as one, I would expect Mr. Bachchan to throw his considerable weight, or to have thrown his considerable weight, or the lesser weight of other Bollywood worthies, when Mr. Jitendra Awad, again a few minutes from Mr. Amitabh Bachchan's house, Mr. Jitendra Awad from Sharad Pawar's party brutally thrashed a film goer in a film theatre, a few minutes from his house in Mumbai. Who in Bollywood spoke then, viewers? We spoke. Did they speak? Viewers, Bollywood has no moral right to suddenly read scripted and written statements on civil liberties and freedom of expression. Very finely manicured, not from the heart. When they know that they remained quiet every time their own faced serious allegations of sexual abuse, they did not speak up for the victims then. Therefore, they were complicit in siding with the perpetrators. And Bollywood was completely quiet. When in Mumbai, a Navy veteran was thrashed by Uddhav's men for sharing a meme. And when every single human right was violated by successive establishment, they remained quiet. Now, they've suddenly discovered their conscience. And after being silent and comatose, in fact comatose, not silent, on freedom of expression or civil liberties for decades, now reading a few scripted lines may work in a Bollywood film, but it does not work in real life. Ladies and gentlemen, let's debate. Sudden awakening is something we can't understand. And this is a sudden awakening after years of being comatose. Ladies and gentlemen, debate number 2 this evening. Debate number 1 this evening. What's wrong with this fellow? He scored another self-goal. He goes completely against the army. Is there a problem of comprehension or ignorance, or both? Debate number 2 this evening. The Pakistanis are now going completely pro-Osama. And again, this is a case of Bilawal Bhutto. Complete political ignoramus he is. Complete diplomatic ignoramus. But now the Foreign Minister of Pakistan, ladies and gentlemen, glorifying Osama. That's debate number 2. And here are the headlines this Friday evening on the Debate Tonight.
जिन्होंने हिंदुस्तान के 20 जवानों को शहीद किया, जो हमारे जवानों को अरुणाचल प्रदेश में पीट रहे हैं.
Another self-goal by the 53-year-old adolescent on Vijay Diwas as India salutes our brave forces. On Vijay Diwas, Rahul Gandhi chooses to insult the army.
हिंदुस्तान की सरकार सोई हुई है, उनका प्रिपरेशन चल रहा है और प्रिपरेशन यूथ का है.
Solid support for China from Rahul Gandhi. Has he not seen the Tawang video? Does he not know about the Agni 5 tests? Why does he constantly sing the Chinese tune?
भारत की लीडरशिप ऐसी है कि दूसरे देशों की लीडरशिप थर्राती है, कांपती है. उनके पेट में दर्द तो समझ में आता है, लेकिन यहां पर कांग्रेस वालों के पेट में दर्द होता है, ये पचाना मुश्किल हो रहा है.
Was praising China part of the understanding he signed with Xi Jinping watching. Anger over Rahul Gandhi's openly constant pro-China and anti-army line.
My advice is please clean up your act. Please try to be a good neighbor. Please try and contribute to what the rest of the world is trying to do today.
India puts Pakistan on the mat on the terror truth, exposes its complete surrender to the world's most wanted terrorists. Pakistan's loose cannon Bilawal Bhutto, unable to handle India showing the mirror, admits to hosting Osama bin Laden on their own soil.
Questions are being raised on civil liberties and freedom of expression.
And silent on issues they must speak on 364 days a year, double speak on selective awakening of Bollywood is shining through tonight. We are debating and exposing this at 10. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Self-Goal, Rahul Gandhi, today declared that the Indian army was being thrashed by the Chinese. Why does he talk like this? What is his problem? Viewers, there are many explanations for the way Rahul Gandhi behaves or speaks. Those who sort of empathize with him say there's a problem of information. In other words, they try and defend what he says, things like this, by saying he is ignorant. Others have bigger worries. They say the problem is of comprehension. Either which way, we all saw the footage of the Indian army thrashing the Chinese. Now, I don't know which world Rahul Gandhi is in, but let's debate.
जो हमारे जवानों को अरुणाचल प्रदेश में पीट रहे हैं, जो हमारे जवानों को अरुणाचल प्रदेश में पीट रहे हैं.
Yes, you heard that right. Rahul Gandhi has said that Chinese are beating up our Jawans black and blue in Arunachal. Listen again.
मगर चाइना के बारे में एक सवाल नहीं पूछा जाएगा. जिन्होंने 2000 स्क्वायर किलोमीटर हिंदुस्तान का उठा लिया, जिन्होंने हिंदुस्तान के 20 जवानों को शहीद किया, जो हमारे जवानों को अरुणाचल प्रदेश में पीट रहे हैं, उन्होंने उनका पूरा प्रिपरेशन चल रहा है. उनका लद्दाख की साइड और अरुणाचल की साइड पूरा ऑफेंसिव प्रिपरेशन चल रहा है. हिंदुस्तान की सरकार सोई हुई है. इस बात को हिंदुस्तान की सरकार सुनना नहीं चाहती, मगर उनका प्रिपरेशन चल रहा है और प्रिपरेशन यूथ का है. प्रिपरेशन कोई इंकर्जन का नहीं है, प्रिपरेशन यूथ का है.
On a cross-country walkathon by the name Bharat Jodo Yatra, Rahul Gandhi may not have seen this undated video. where Indian soldiers successfully pushed back PLA troops along the line of actual control. Maybe because he was busy watching the Football World Cup and may have missed important news updates. That India has test-fired Agni 5 ballistic missile that has a target range of over 5,000 kilometers. Is that why he's echoing Mehbooba Mufti's line?
Our soldiers have been beaten up by them. They are not allowed to retaliate. This is a very sorry state of affairs, very sorry.
जिन्होंने हिंदुस्तान के 20 जवानों को शहीद किया, जो हमारे जवानों को अरुणाचल प्रदेश में पीट रहे हैं।
The people of Tawang are giving him a reality check.
राहुल गांधी ने जो भी बोला गलत बात बोला, इसका सही नहीं है, इलीगल है जो बोला, मुझे सही नहीं लगा, अपना इंडियन आर्मी को लेकर अच्छा नहीं लगा।
राहुल गांधी ने जैसे कि आज वो बयान दिया है, तो मेरा ख्याल से वो तो बिल्कुल गलत है। बिना देख के एकदम ब्लाइंडली कुछ नहीं बोलना चाहिए ना है, पहले देख के मतलब अपना इंडियन आर्मी ने ही भगाया था, तो हम सब प्राउड फील करते हैं। ऐसे गलत बात नहीं बोलना चाहिए आर्मी के खिलाफ, ना इंडियन आर्मी के खिलाफ।
And has triggered a big political face-off.
इस अपनी यात्रा में जब वो भारत की सेना पे टिप्पणी करते हैं और गलत टिप्पणी करते हैं, ये भारत की सुरक्षा को लेकर जब बात करते हैं, तो उसमें कई बातें वो आपत्तिजनक कर देते हैं, जिससे न केवल सैनिकों का हौसला खराब होता है, बल्कि पूरे देश के अंदर भ्रम फैलाते हैं, गलत अफवाह फैलाने की बात करते हैं।
Is there a problem with Rahul on understanding of issues of national security? Let's debate.
Member of Parliament and senior Supreme Court advocate and foreign policy wonk, if I can say that, Mahesh Jetpalani is with us today. Mr. Jetpalani, we saw the pictures of the Indian army pushing the Chinese back recently. We had a statement uncontested from the Chinese. We have a statement from Lieutenant General Kalita. We have the situation on the ground. We have the quick de-escalation. But when you hear Rahul Gandhi, it's almost like he wishes. It's not, he wishes our army was thrashed, which is not the case. Is he getting delusional? Is it a problem of information or is it a problem of his comprehension?
I think Rahul Gandhi, I mean, it's very difficult to decipher the state of his mind, Arnab. I mean, I don't know. He doesn't realize the impact of what he's saying. He just says things ad hoc, without any deliberation. I mean, how does he know? First of all, he was on the Bharat Jodo so-called Yatra. How does he, from that distance, know what happened? Who is feeding him this information? He was not on site, clearly, right? So this is hearsay. Somebody has told him this. Now, who are his sources that told him that the Indian army was beaten? Who are the sources that told him that the Chinese attacked successfully? Where is he getting this information from? Somebody should now get Rahul. This is a national security issue. Somebody should call in, maybe the NIA should call in Rahul Gandhi and say, look, you are warmongering. You're saying the Chinese are going to attack us, right? Okay, there have been skirmishes. This has happened in the past frequently, right? But this is not a warlike situation. You are warmongering, right? And you are now spreading false information. What is the source of your information that our soldiers were beaten and they were defeated and put on the run? Please tell us what your source of information is. Secondly, what is your information for saying? Yes, there's been an infrastructure built up by the Chinese on both these fronts, Ladakh and Arunachal Pradesh. No question, it's been going on. We've been countering it equally with building up our infrastructure. But what is the point of saying that there is going to be a war? Yes, the Chinese have shown aggressive intent. We all know that. They've done it in Taiwan too. They've gone much further in Taiwan. But the point is, Rahul Gandhi must now speak with some sense of responsibility. He can't behave like an entitled brat and say whatever he wants. These have ramifications in this country. I mean, this is a national security issue. Certainly, it behoves this man to speak with greater responsibility. I don't expect anything from the Congress party, but I think the rest of the opposition to get together that, look, unlike you, we are united on the integrity of this country.
Now, one way of dealing with this situation is, as has been in the past, that the person in question has a problem. We all know there is a problem, and there has been a problem. The other way of looking at it is more seriously, because he has gone to China and entered into a secret agreement. I want to put the pictures into a secret agreement with the Chinese Communist Party, and I don't know the extent to which that agreement could have compromised him. Now, unless we see the agreement, we don't know whether Rahul Gandhi has been compromised by the Chinese. It's a very serious issue, and I'm not making it rhetorically. If an individual who is a politician in India and who gets the access of a politician in India has been compromised by the Chinese via that written agreement, we need to know now. It can't be a matter of individual privilege, I will not reveal it. So I think it becomes a more serious matter than that. You talk about the NIA, but at least let's begin by getting that contents of that agreement.
Well, given the fact that he's a frequent spokesperson for what appears to be a pro-China line, or for China in other words, right? I think it behoves him now to make a disclosure of interest, right? There is, as you said, that MOU of 2008. It has been talked about frequently. People have asked questions about it, right? Why is the Congress party and Rahul Gandhi so averse to disclosing its terms? This cannot be innocuous, given the fact that every time there's a skirmish on the border, Rahul Gandhi speaks in a particular manner, which is basically to denigrate the Indian army, right? And indirectly, therefore, to show that the Indian government, right, is not doing enough, the present Indian government. So, given all that, it behoves him at least to show what that MOU says, because maybe he's being put up by some, the terms of this agreement demand that Rahul Gandhi do this at China's bidding. Every time they want to create a skirmish, which is basically to irritate India, right, because we are a rising power, and this is one rising power against another, right? So, maybe he's being put up to do this as per the terms of the agreement. The terms of the agreement demand that you act in synchrony with our demands every time we have a skirmish. I don't know. The behavior, and I'll wrap up the one-on-one with this, and I want you on a bit of a debate also, Mahesh. The behavior is irrational to a great extent. Viewers, if you closely examine the kind of tweets that this gentleman in question has been putting out in 2020 particularly, if you see the tweets, there is a lack of balance in the tweets. On June 22nd, he says, China killed our soldiers, China took our land. Now, that's not the kind of commenter any person with any maturity says. Then he jokes on issues like this, Mr. Jethmalani. He says, China here to stay, where? On our land. Ha, ha, ha. It's not funny. October 10th, 2021. It's not funny. June 10, 2020. The Chinese have walked in and taken our territory in Ladakh. Meanwhile, the PM is silent and has vanished from the scene. This is the kind of trolling that you would expect from front agencies of the PLA or the Global Times. Yes, absolutely.
It's crazy talk. I don't mind the crazy talk on other situations, but not vis-a-vis the army and on strategic issues, Mr. Jethmalani. So this is getting very serious. He has to disclose what he signed and whether he's been compromised.
Absolutely. Look, I see no problem with the opposition asking for a statement on China. What is the real situation? They've got it, both from the army and the defense minister in parliament.
Yes.
But now, in spite of that, for Rahul Gandhi to rattle on with the kind of irrationality he's doing, because there is no evidence for what he says, is really now becoming a little unbearable. It's becoming intolerable. Somebody has to stop this. And the first thing to do is to actually seize that MOU. Secondly, to ask him, why didn't he return that 1.75 crores donation to the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation? Right? What happened to it and why did he take it? And should you be talking in this vein because it raises suspicions about you? That there's some quid pro quo for all these donations and that secret agreement records what that quid pro quo is?
I think is a need. There's an urgent need. Urgent need. Mr. Jethmalani, I'll thank you there. I'll thank you at that stage. And I want to ask the Congress representative on the program, Kamru Chaudhary, that in the context of his recent comments and the attack today on the Indian Army and consistent attack on the Army and the positions that he has taken pro-China, Mr. Chaudhary, we want to be reassured that the person has not been compromised by the Chinese. Because you see, when you sign an agreement, you can get compromised. Maybe Rahul Gandhi is afraid that the Chinese will leak the agreement. Maybe the Chinese have some hold on him.
Laughable.
No, but what is in the agreement? Is that laughable? Then share the agreement, put it out. I shall display it on republicworld.com.
Okay. Okay, now Arnab Goswami Dangoria, let this adolescent Bhaiti reply to your queries out here.
No,
since you have called Rahul Gandhi an adolescent, so I better call you a Dangoria, as we call it in Assamese. Now the basic question, you know, that this chest-thumping pseudo-nationalism doesn't work with China. You meet the Chinese primer 18 times. यार ये झूला भी झूल लिया आपने, उसके बावजूद भी क्या हुआ? We got 20 of our brave soldiers martyred and sent back to their homes. What did you do after this? What was your reaction? You banned the TikTok, you banned some porn sites. What was the reaction that was supposed to be done? Being a responsible opposition, don't you think it's the duty of the Congress party to show you the mirror? If showing the mirror and putting ourselves on the dock in the studio in the court of Arnab Goswami, do you think this is a jokeable? This is a joke that the country's internal security is compromised? When Pulwama happened, where was our Prime Minister? He was doing photo shoot. He was doing photo shoot.
Cannot be.
Now you tell me, what is the trade deficit between India and China?
When the army has said, Kamru, 1 minute. Kamru, 1 minute.
10 seconds. 10 seconds, sir.
Kamru, 1 minute. 1 minute. I won't give you 10 seconds. I won't give you 10 seconds. I just want to ask you, can you please tell me which is the base in the state where you are live from right now, Kolkata, for a large formation of the Indian Army, which has been strengthened over the last few years during the time of the Modi government as well, and which will be very effective in any future situation vis-a-vis China. Can you tell me where it is based?
It's a Fort William, the headquarters of the Eastern Command.
Wrong, you don't even know. The problem with you, it's in Panagarh. Everything is under Eastern. No, I was checking. I was checking. Reason I asked you. No. 1 minute. Of course, it is. Please understand. I did not ask you which was the. No. I'll tell you why I asked you the question. Viewers, you know why I asked him the question. You know why I asked him the question. Because when you are in my court. You better be better informed than that. I was not asking you over the operational command it's under. I was asking you where the major formation was. And the fact is, you and Rahul Gandhi know nothing. And yet you take a pro-China line.
7 of our soldiers still lying in the bed of Guwahati Medical College from Tawang. Yes or no? You are from Assam, you better know this.
Okay, now I'll tell you one thing. I'd say this, viewers, volume down. I'll have to say something right now. I am so proud, and Sanju Verma is proud as well. Put the phone down, man. Don't get hyper on me. Sanju Verma is very proud as well. We are all very proud, extremely proud of all the soldiers who were injured while pushing the Chinese out, and whether they're in Guwahati Medical College Hospital, or whether they are in Rongia, whether they are any other place in Assam or Arunachal Pradesh recuperating. I know they'll be back fighting the Chinese soon enough, but I am beginning to have serious doubts about you. I want Sanju on this part of the debate before I open up to debate 2. Sanju!
No, I refuse to speak because, Sanju, I have not heckled him. I refuse to speak unless you lower his fader. I'm very clear about it. The
fader is lowered. Continue. Kamru, now you had the first shot. Let her respond to you. Thank you.
Arnab, do you and me believe the defense minister of this country, at least on matters of national security? We do. Do we believe the home minister of this country on matters of national security? We do. Now, on the 13th of December, Rajnath Singh has tweeted saying that the PLA troops tried to transgress the LSE in Yangtze area of Tawang sector and unilaterally change the status quo. The Chinese attempt was contested by our troops in a firm and resolute manner. Look at the hypocrisy of Rahul Gandhi. What does he say? हमें अपने जवानों पर बहुत गर्व है. On the one hand, he pats the back of our armed forces, and in the second very instance, he says, हमारे जवानों की पिटाई कर दी चीनियों ने. Our soldiers were outflanked. Our soldiers were thrashed royally. Does this not undermine the credibility of our brave hearts when you say हमारे जवानों की पिटाई हो गई? Shame on you, Rahul Gandhi. And Arnab, without wasting too much time, I just want to expose Rahul Gandhi for who he is. A psychopath who lies repeatedly without reason and without regret. Let me tell you this. After the Galwan, standoff, and when the Chinese and Indian troops decided to disengage, the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Defence, which is headed by Union Minister Juwal Oram, he took a 30-member parliamentary panel to the Galwan Valley to see for themselves whether some structures had been built or not, what is the status, whether our security is in safe hands or not. Do you know something? Rahul Gandhi said, yes, I will attend that 30-member parliamentary committee which has gone to Galwan.
You know,
At the nth hour, he disappeared to Italy. At the nth hour, he disappeared to Italy. Arnab, I did not heckle this man. You either moderate the debate or I refuse to speak. I refuse to speak because you do not moderate your debates. You allow it to be a free-for-all the moment I start speaking. This man was talking for 10 minutes non-stop. I did not interject even once.
Your party...
come on now, Kamru, you're overdoing it, Kamru. You're overdoing it. You're overdoing it. Put the phone down, Kamru. Put the phone down, Kamru. Put the phone down. What are you trying to sell some model of phone on my program? Stop trying to do proxy advertising on my program. Come on. Come on now. Come on. Kamru, let her finish. We've got to move on. We've got a great India-Pakistan debate also coming up. Yeah.
Thank you. Rahul Gandhi, I want to ask you, through Arnab Goswami's show, why did you not go with the 30-member parliamentary delegation to Galwan in May 2021? Why did you vanish to Italy? Why did the Congress call the surgical strike as Khoon ki dalali? Why did Randeep Surjewala call the Pulwama attack a homegrown attack, trying to basically suggest that the Modi government engineered it with an eye on election results? Why did you keep harping that Rafale is not good for our security when the then Air Marshal D.S. Dhanoa clearly said Rafale is very crucial for India's internal security?
The problem is when you look at this kind, I know that can continue, but viewers, just to take a little detour from this discussion, and I'm coming back to you in just a minute with my next debate. Viewers, when you look at the context of what Congress says, it very often is in exact concert with what Pakistan says, and that's surprising.